Welcome to the Legacy Lab, where we are leaving a legacy for the future. I am Melissa Story, and it is a beautiful day. I decided to bring the lab outside. It's such a gorgeous day, and the warmth of the sun on my face is just feels wonderful. Well, I am so grateful that you are joining me here today, and I want to continue the discussion around the quiet confidence era. Remember, the quiet confidence era has 5 pillars. It is peace, purpose, presence, poise, and power. Today, I want to focus on purpose. Are you using your gifts, talents, and abilities in a very intentional way? Well, God created all of us with purpose. Our main purpose is really to get what's on the inside to manifest to the outside. Yeah. So we have some things that's on the inside of us, and we have to figure out how to get those things out of us. In this season, there are so many layoffs and people losing their jobs for whatever the reason is. And some of those people have their whole being tied up or linked to the job that they performed over the last decade or 2 or 3, and sometimes even 4. But we're so much bigger than that. God created us to be multifaceted, and He created us with gifts and talents that are so much broader than the work that we've done for pay. We have spent years exchanging our gifts and talents for money, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when that source ends, you still are left with those gifts and those talents. So I want to know what's in your house. What's in your house? Yeah. What is it that God invested in you? I like to consider the gifts as God's investment for time. Of course, in eternity, we don't need those gifts, those skills, talents, abilities. However, here in time, in this space that we live in, we need to understand what is God's investment in us. Now, some of us have talents where we could sing, we can write, some of us can draw, some of us have skills and know-how about how to work technology. Some of us, know, and we have a special gift and the ability to influence other people. All of those, some of those are God-given. Some of those are learned behaviors that turned into assets within our own being. But it's all from God, and we have to use it to make sure that we are fulfilling the purpose that God has given us. Well, I am, through this quiet confidence era, I have been searching myself, saying, Melissa, what's in your house? For years, I was an IT project manager. And I did that for many decades. And I don't even know how I learned how to do that, because I did not go to school for it. My undergraduate degree is an education degree, and workforce education to be exact. And then I have an MBA. But the things that I went to school for were not the things that I actually did for a living. Isn't that strange? And then, I'm a realtor, I'm an insurance broker. Didn't go to college for that. But it's something that I began to follow my heart and my passion to help people. And it kind of took me on a path that as a child, I knew nothing about. Man, I pause for a moment because I'm hitting something even within myself. Yeah. I had to stop for a moment because just thinking about the path that I've taken in my life, it just kind of made me emotional just a little bit, because I just didn't have a blueprint to follow. Much of what I did was trial and error, and most of it was more error than trial. Um, I did not know how to seek the guidance that I needed to prepare me for what I would face in this life. And even now, trying to get the dream out, I feel like now I have people that I know, and most of them I don't know personally. But because we have this social media era, we have YouTube, I'm able to get the guidance that I need. So it is my goal that I will touch someone's life in a positive way, and that I would say something to help someone else in this life become better, to influence them in a very positive way, to make a difference. And that's what this quiet confidence era has been about for me. It has been so much introspection, and to make sure that I understand exactly who I am, why I am, and who am I here to serve. Um, the Legacy Lab, and I am a little bit emotional, so I'm just trying to hold it together while I'm doing this. But the Legacy Lab is, LAB, leaving a blueprint. I have someone who calls me grandmother, and I absolutely adore her. And it is so important that I am here to make life easier for her. Not so that she can just accumulate things, but as she is on her journey through the fulfilling the purpose that God has given her, that, we're able to lead a path for her to follow. So I'm just so grateful that I'm here, that I have made it to this point of the quiet confidence era. Again, today we were focusing on purpose. It is very important for us to be able to manifest on the outside what God put on the inside. So thank you for joining the Legacy Lab. And you can actually look at the bio or the link below. You can check out my website. In my website, I have a couple of different resources. Please go ahead and register and get the November offer. It's a free offer that is available to you. And you can also look through some of the services that I offer. And if you need them, please feel free to go ahead and register for those services as well. Well, I'll be talking to you soon. Thank you for joining the Legacy Lab.